Yo, Ozzy, aka Panda over here, and with me today is Reina, aka I don't know why he wants to be called this time. Fucking architect, best of all, to give a shit. Now, joking. Introduce yourself, Reina.
Fucking hell, the architect's in the room. The architect is in the room.
This dickhead. And welcome to Wrestling Bib Mouse, the new podcast which we're gonna be doing on a weekly basis, which we're gonna try to be doing on a weekly basis, anyways. And we're gonna produce and give you the most average to best to average podcasts we can possibly give you. But anyways, today in today's topics, we're gonna just cover a few things. We're gonna cover WWE WrestleMania Raw 25. The Royal Rumble, Raw SmackDown this week, and the offer on New Japan Pro Wrestling. That's a lot of topics to talk about in the short amount of time that we've got here, but we gotta get through it as professionally as we can. So that was hard to keep a straight face all the way through that. So, anyways, Reina, let's start off with the first topic, which was wrestling at the moment.
Well, that's why we're on this podcast, aren't we?
Huh?
While we're on this podcast talking about wrestling.
Yeah, of course, that's what I want to talk. I'm talking about the state of WWE at the moment.
Okay, so prime example, Raw 25, the big 2-5, kind of the amazing landmark it has been. I've got to be brutally honest with you, they messed up the Raw 25 thing, my personal opinion. Yeah. It was just kind of the only big attraction, really. The only sort of main match in that whole entire, 3 and a bit hours, how long it was probably The Miz versus Roman Reigns. And apart from that, it was just like, meh.
Just me. Honestly, I think Raw 25 was the worst Raw I've ever seen in my entire life. And that is a stretch, because... Well, for one, what I heard about the Manhattan Center, which is like, the second place that we're doing Raw 25 in, they were saying like they paid like up to like $1,000 or something for tickets, and they only got like 2 matches, and one of them was a 205 cruiserweight match, which ended in like a no contest or something stupid like that. And then the second one was the Bray Wyatt versus Matt Hardy, which is like 3 minutes long squash match pretty much. And of course, the DX squash match, which were squashing the Revival. Another example of Vince destroying the young guys in WWE. Fucking DX, old people in their late 40s destroying this newcomer, the Revival, who are amazing tag team, but they're already getting squashed. It's been turned into the new Ascension, and I think it's...
Excuse me, mate. It wasn't only DX who squashed them. It was fucking Balor Club, and it was fucking Seth Rollins as well. It wasn't only DX.
Well, it was technically just fucking... Well, yeah, I guess you could add them as well, but it was pretty much a squash, because they took a finisher from every single one of them. How was that not a squashing anyway? Which is so sad, because Raw needs tag teams that are good, because at the moment they've got like, 3-4 tag teams that are active and fight each other. And with the Revival, if they built up the Revival, that would have been like the next big thing. Not the next big thing, the next big tag team. Because at the moment it's just continuous, just Rollins and Jason Jordan. Just
if you can get that right now, they're not going to get back together. Like they're pretty much going to wait for Dean to come back. Seth's not going to get back with Jordan. That has to be squashed straight away.
True, and since Jordan is unfortunately injured, I think he is injured. Everyone's saying that he is injured, and there's been rumors that he's got like a neck injury at the moment. That's why he hasn't been wrestling properly. He hasn't been as active as he usually is. That's why you saw in the Royal Rumble, like he was in there for like a minute, and then just sat outside while Rollins was getting his ass handed to him. Well, which I think Rollins kind of deserves, because Rollins has benched like a shit ton of people. Like in his career. But back to Raw 25. The Miz winning against Roman Reigns.
Well, this is the thing. Like, there was quite a few rumours that Roman could have taken the title to Mania, and he could have been the first guy to have the Intercontinental, and that was playing on my mind, because I'm thinking, well, if they want to make Reigns really superior, they could do that. I'm surprised they did it with Seth when he had the WWE Championship and the US title, you know? But obviously, I'm not going to slate the Miz. Miz has done a fantastic job this year. He deserves all the credit, and I hope this year he gets like WWE Championship because he can pull it off. But yeah,
Of course, the Miz. Sorry.
hang on.
Oh yeah, of course the Miz can pull it off because the Miz is fucking amazing at everything it does. Let's be honest, the Miz is just carries that championship, the Intercontinental Championship. Like when you think of that, you think of the Miz, like no matter what. And him going for like the World Championship would be amazing. I'm not gonna lie, but you really think they're gonna ever push Miz beyond mid kind? As much as I want it, I don't think so.
Proved himself. He's always been a good wrestler. Like he's Miz throughout his career, he's never injured anyone in the ring. No, he's never. He's professional. Is this and But when he's a heel turn, they make him out to be the guy that can't win without people, interference and stuff. And I think that kind of insults him in some aspect. It's good if like Miz could. I like the fact he's doing with the Miz straws because he's helping obviously Bo Dallas and what's his name.
And Ketasaxo. What shit name.
He's doing something good there, but it's kind of it'd be good for Miz to sort of be heel, but not have inside interference because from 2 wrestling matches, he didn't win cleanly, did he? It's just like how long can Miz possibly do that? But it'd be, I suppose, like the way he's going and what he's done, I wouldn't hesitate to put him as champion at some point.
Yeah, that would. I don't think he's gonna get it like this year or next year. Where's the Universal Champion? Because there's still Finn Balor who needs a fucking Universal Championship push. Not even a Universal, just a huge win. Because the guy is they just brought back the stable of Bullet Club. Better Bullet Club is what I call them, because they're calling them the Balor Club. And when they just brought that back, they should legit just push Finn Balor as hard as they can at that point. I mean, it's not gonna happen until after WrestleMania because how WWE works, they put all their chips into WrestleMania and then they start building up stories from then. But as much as I want to, I don't think Finn Balor is gonna get the championship. I genuinely don't think they like him that much. I think Braun Strowman is the next after Roman Reigns. Obviously, he's gonna be the next Universal Championship. Well, he should be anyways, because he's Braun Strowman. Like he's been built up like crazy for 3 years straight.
They've gone too far with Strowman, like all these things that he's able to lift and stuff. You're making the guy like unbeatable, and you're gonna have to put at some point. You're gonna have to make him kind of at a stage where he can be defeated, and all of that kind of effort is going to be for nothing. It's like people say, he's good at what he does in the ring. All he has to do is just go in there, look strong, blah blah blah. But what he suffers on is mic work. He doesn't do he barely does any sort of mic work. He comes in, does his, I'm the monster of my man, blah blah blah, and that's it. They've got to give him a character where they can show him being a bit upset or something like that. They need to broaden his character out a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they're just making him out to be some fucking destroyer that's never going to be defeated. And it's just like Brock Lesnar's beat him, one-on-one. I was expecting Braun to win the championship against Brock, but, Brock beat him clean. And then again at the Rumble, like, Brock beats him and Kane. It's just like, well, what are you trying to do with him?
That is true, but have you seen the Mixed Match Challenge?
I have, but I haven't been interested in it.
Yeah. No, when you mentioned Braun, I was thinking like in the Mixed Match Challenge, because they don't regulate that, they let them just be themselves, and Braun is actually fun to watch in that, because he's a big guy, but he kind of acts goofy and just carefree, because he should be. He's a big guy, no one can take him down, so he should act carefree. He should act like, you can't do shit to me, so he should act calm, carefree. He should act like how Kenny Omega pretty much acts. Because he's Braun, he's a massive, indestructible guy, and he should not be angry or let emotions overtake him, because what benefits him from doing that? Because he's such a big guy.
scope to look at future
whole...
sort of endorsements for Raw because the USA Network's coming to an end with them, so they're looking at different ways of maybe how to broadcast Raw and shit. That's the only way it's been doing. To be fair, they're kind of thinking, well, can we put Monday Night Raw on Facebook? Can we charge people this? Because they're looking at different ways. Personally, they should just put all their fucking Raw, SmackDown and stuff on the WWE Network.
Yeah,
they'll lose a lot of money out of it, but in the same time, they will gain it because they could possibly put them. You pay in £10 for every month, which is fantastic in my opinion. If they put it to £15 a month, but you get everything else included, it's worth doing.
Like how Netflix is, pretty much. Because Netflix start off selling DVDs, and then went on TV and went, fuck this, we just got to go on like Netflix.com, and now they're like a huge company that everyone wants to be involved with all of a sudden.
If WWE made Raw and SmackDown to them, they wouldn't lose a bit at the beginning, but also they would gain as well. But it's up to them what they do. But
it's Vince obviously, and Vince doesn't play. It doesn't play well with others, and I really doubt Vince will fucking play well with like online companies to distribute his product.
I don't know. But what about the Undertaker at
Raw 25? The Undertaker coming out. I think Undertaker's going for one more match. Honestly, really? I think it's got to be with John Cena. It has to be with John Cena. Like, the way it ended last time was so depressing. Like, I genuinely wanted to do one more match. Just to make me wipe out, like, what I saw.
Okay, so if he's going to go on with John Cena for one more match, what's the point in Roman Reigns cutting this promo like all the time? I'm the guy that retired the Undertaker. There's no point. I sent a bit of kind of... He was almost crying when he did his last bit of the Raw 25. He seemed a bit choked up, Personally, I don't think he should, because I think he's past it.
Right.
I could get slated for saying that, but you look at his last couple of matches at WrestleMania, and it's taken out of it.
Well, yeah, he does some pretty insane matches for someone his age, to be honest. Like, I think every single match of his, except for the Shawn Michaels matches, has been some sort of Extreme Rules match, like either Hell in a Cell or just no holds barred matches. Just matches where you just get hit a shit ton with chairs and shit. And I think that's, especially someone his age, that's taking a lot out of him. Best thing for him to do now is just if this match is gonna happen, I don't know if it is. If it is, then fuck, I'll be happy. But if it does happen, then it has just to be a singles match, because I don't think Undertaker can take any more damage, to be honest. I don't know, like, if they want to see John beat the shit out of Undertaker with a baseball bat or something. That'd be quite sad.
Who's this fight gonna, neither one of them, like, are gonna sort of grow from this. Like, John's doing part-time now. Undertaker's only there for special, time. It's not gonna. There's nothing gonna be in it.
That is true, but it's a dream match. It's one of those. It's like you don't really need a build up to it. It's just everyone wants to see it. Well, not obviously you don't want to see it, but a lot of people want to see it, and they just like they'll go through anything just to see this one single match, because how momentous it will be. It'll be like because I've never been in a ring together, have they? Or if they have, I don't remember when. And that'll be just interesting to see. And I don't even like John Cena, but I don't even think he's that good of a wrestler, to be honest. But he's fucking... I genuinely want to see this match so much.
You don't like John Cena, can't wrestle.
John Cena can't wrestle. Well, compared to like other guys.
Oh, John Cena and Vince McMahon now. Well done, man.
You are?
You just insulted Vince McMahon and John Cena. Well done.
Oh, John Cena can't wrestle. Well, it's what I do. I would just keep insulting people for jokes.
You're telling me his matches with AJ Styles this year were shit. That's what you're saying.
No, I'm telling you, AJ Styles carried that. AJ Styles carries every match he's in. He's AJ fucking Styles. Like, he will carry anything. But except for Brock Lesnar, obviously. But we'll get to that in a second.
It's on Roman Reigns, mate.
You are?
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. Has AJ Styles fought Roman Reigns?
Twice, and my boy Roman's got 2-0 score over him at the minute. You can check that on the WWE network. There you go, WWE. We're advertising your productions.
They don't need advertisement. They need to advertise us. Fucking. But yeah, let's move on to
that was pretty much, really, wasn't it?
So what?
That's pretty much Raw 25. The Undertaker and
the Miz winning and
it's pretty much
squash match.
I can't well, it was good old Stone Cold Steve Austin, I suppose.
Yeah. And RVD returned for like 3 seconds. Not RVD, what's his name again?
MVP.
I don't know his fucking name. MVP, that's it. It returned for like 3 seconds. If you blinked, you would have actually missed it. Because I had to watch it twice to actually see where he was. Because people were saying, "Oh, he was in here, he was in here." I was like, "What? When?" I was like, "During the poker match." I was like, "Fuck, what?" And I had to watch it. I actually saw him there. I was like, "What the fuck?" It was such an out of place thing to see, to be honest.
I was expecting, like Raw 1000, I was expecting it to be better than that. I'm thinking, okay, because Raw 1000 was shit hot. You had everything in the right place. I'm thinking, the WWE know how to do these kind of things, and they let themselves down.
It's because I think, honestly, they just went for like this nostalgia effect thing, which just failed. In Raw 1000, you have to remember, they were at the same time as like the nostalgia, they were still building up the CM Punk versus Rock thing, and the CM Punk heel turn happened that day, and then the Undertaker returned with the thing, with the Brothers of Destruction and stuff like that.
It was so good, like.
Yeah, if they had built up like. This was actually a really, really good opportunity to build up the beginnings of like Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, because that would have been good in 2 ways. That would have good in.
Rumble was coming up, so it would be no point. I generally thought when Roman lost the title, I'm thinking, okay, well, they could have kept the belt on him for a bit longer, and then did it that way. But I'm thinking, as soon as he loses, I'm thinking, he's winning the Royal Rumble. See, didn't have to. Shinsuke did it.
See, this is how I would have built it. I would have made Roman lose the title the week before, and then the week after, I would have had Brock Lesnar come into the ring at the start of the thing, just talking blah blah blah, and then you see Roman Reigns come out to face Brock Lesnar, and then he would just point at the sign, and then everyone would be like, "Oh shit, Brock Lesnar's gonna win the Royal Rumble. He's gonna go for the thing, go for the Universal Champion, obviously," and then we'll just walk out. And then when he loses in Royal Rumble, it's not how they built up Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker, pretty much. Like, he lost in Royal Rumble, but like the build-up was so amazing after that.
You mean Roman Reigns pointed at the WrestleMania sign?
Well, yeah, like make Roman Reigns point at the WrestleMania sign at Raw 25 when Brock Lesnar is just when Paul Heyman is just talking, Brock Lesnar's just doing his little hops and shit in the ring, and then he would have and then make Roman Reigns just live there, and that would have actually started like conversation like, oh yeah, Roman's gonna win the Royal Rumble obviously and go face Brock Lesnar, and then have Roman Reigns still lose at Royal Rumble, and then build it up from there, like how like I said, how Shawn Michaels' match was built with Undertaker for WrestleMania.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I get that as well.
Yeah, that would have been amazing. That would have been such an amazing storyline to go off from, but nope. Just
talking of the Royal Rumble. How did it go?
The Royal Rumble. Okay, let's start off with the tiny matches that they mattered, but they didn't really matter. Let's be honest. What was the first match again? I think it was the tag team champions. The first tag team champions.
No, that was Bobby Roode first at the kickoff show.
Yeah, I forgot about the kickoff show. Put the United States champion in the kickoff show.
I had something really quite ironic yesterday. Like, it was who faced Bobby Roode?
I think it was Jinder Mahal.
Not Jinder.
What was it?
Well, anyway, the number one pick to face Roode for the Open Challenge actually was Adam Cole, but they changed it to the last minute, which was a good thing because Adam Cole's going to be a big player in the WWE. So there was no point in putting him on a kickoff show because people at that point in time were having sex with their misses before the Royal Rumble kicks off, or they're having food or something.
That is true. That would have missed it, but I don't understand why the United States Championship was in the kickoff show. That is such a waste. That is such an unbelievable waste. What replaced it on the main show? Like what happened on the main show? Okay, what match could have replaced it to thing it? Because all the matches I remember was the Brock Lesnar match, the Royal Rumbles, both of them, and I'm guessing that's the reason why that was in the kickoff show. To be honest, because those two Royal Rumbles. But let's talk about the match that everyone wants to talk about. Goddamn AJ Styles versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. So Kevin Owens never tagged in.
Yeah.
So they never actually technically lost. Why? And then did you watch SmackDown by chance?
No, I didn't.
In SmackDown, basically, they screwed over Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and said, "Oh, you have to face each other for number one contenders now." Which I was thinking, what bullshit is this? I should have had a repeat match because Sami Zayn never tagged Kevin Owens into the ring, and that meant AJ Styles just didn't even win the match. The match is still not over technically; it's still going on right now because it never ended. But going through all these shit matches, we go on to probably the match of the night, the Men's Royal Rumble. Well, obviously, it has to be the match of the night. I don't understand why they put that match at the beginning, though.
Oh, it was Bobby Roode versus Mojo.
Oh, well, you're just searching that out.
It was, man. It was just like I was trying to figure it out, and I was going. It was Mojo Rawley.
It was Mojo Rawley. Well, Bobby Roode won and became the United States champion. So,
he retained it.
No, he won it, didn't he?
He won it the SmackDown a couple of weeks beforehand.
Did he? Oh, fuck, I'm not even paying attention to the.
It's gonna be fucking amazing, isn't it?
You are?
Podcast is gonna be bloody amazing.
It is. Because listen, they're not elevating the United States champion, so there's no point even paying attention to it half the time because it's just meh. Most of the time, it's just like, fuck it, who gives a shit about that? But let's move on to the Men's Royal Rumble, which was, in my opinion, was the match of the night. So we start off with, who started the match off again? It was Finn Balor and Rusev starting off the match. And these two went in. I'm not gonna lie, Finn Balor lasted like an hour, was it? Or something around there. And Rusev lasted about 40 minutes. So yeah. They actually went into this match, like, they did amazing. And of course, Heath Slater, my boy Heath Slater, eliminating one half of the bar, Sheamus, was fucking out. It was so good. I loved it. But let's go on to Kofi Kingston's jump. That one, did you see that?
It still doesn't compare to like when he did the handstand. The handstand one was the best one that he's done so far.
What, the handstand over the pancakes, with him stepping on one foot on the pancakes and then jumping over the top rope back into the ring. Oh, that was so beautiful. And then he obviously got eliminated straight away, and then what's his name? Jinder Mahal got eliminated straight after.
Yeah, I can't believe King. I think it was King on commentary. He was like, "Oh, Jinder Mahal is my pick to win the Royal Rumble." We already had Jinder Mahal's time this year.
Yeah, no, I can't deal with Jinder Mahal's shit wrestling anymore. Like, he's too stiff, but not in a good way either. He's just stiff. That's it. It's not like stiff good. Like, oh, his hits will look like they had like hell. No, his hits just look shit. Everything it does just looks so.
Because they were doing promotional work in India, and they were like, you know what, to get more viewers from India, we'll make him the champion. That's the only reason he did it. Why? Well, it was supposed to be Brock Lesnar versus Jinder Mahal at Survivor Series, and then they realised, well, at the end of the day, it's not going to sort of call, people not interested in that. We're going to lose pay-per-view money, and that's why AJ Styles became the champion.
Yeah, but AJ Styles did. I'm glad that kind of happened. Because that led to the win of the Royal Rumble, and then the dream match that everyone wants to see so much. Everyone's been begging for 2 years now. It's
They're
gonna
begging
happen.
for it, but they're going to have to deal with it not being the main event.
Oh, fuck off about that.
It's true though. It's like last year, Randy Orton wins it. Where was his match with Bray Wyatt on the card? It was probably It's probably halfway through it.
Oh, it was the first main event, as they like to say. So dumb, man. It's not the main event. The main event is the final match, or the final two matches.
It's shocked. Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt last year.
Oh, it was so shit. It was the only memorable match last year, though. Like, if you actually think about it, like what happened in the match, I actually remember everything that happened in the match.
Had that worms pop up halfway
Yeah.
through. Like, okay, fair enough.
But everything else, I remember. What's her name? Fucking McMahon, whatever. What's her name again? Something McMahon. You know.
I think the WWE Universe, right? I've got their match now, so they should be a bit. Brock versus Roman comes up.
Yeah, but no, I'm going to sleep when that match comes out because it's gonna be shit. But anyways, back to the Royal Rumble then. So at the end of the Royal Rumble, we had Sami Zayn come in and take over Ty Dillinger's spot, which was shit because it's Ty Dillinger. And then what? Go on.
I'm thinking like like all the entrances this year and stuff. They were fucking shocking. Like I thought Batista was coming back because I heard like 2 or 3 months ago he was talking to Vince about coming back full time. I think Batista's got to come through. But it was only really Rey Mysterio and the Hurricane, really, wasn't it, for the men's?
Yeah.
Women's in
loads of 6 people come back or something.
They need to really like get people to come back to the Royal Rumble. You know, it makes me laugh every year. Everyone's like, CM Punk's coming back this year. Oh God.
CM Punk won't come back until he's running MMA, UFC. You know what? Speaking of CM Punk, I just want to quickly mention this. CM Punk should have. I've been saying this for a long time, but CM Punk should have gone to MMA B class first instead of UFC, because UFC is like the final stage of that.
You were insulting people today. You insulted Vince. You've insulted John, and now you've insulted CM Punk.
No, I'm not insulting him. I'm saying like he should have gone to that stage and then built himself up. You are?
He should have gone to the B class.
No, he should have, like, because he's never been in an MMA ring, so he should have started off small and then built himself up from there, instead of going straight to, like, the top fighting arena, which is UFC, and just go, yeah, I'm gonna fight someone who's a fucking years of fighting experience, years of, like, amateur fights. It was his, second fight in the UFC ring, whatever his name was, CM Punk's opponent, but still, he still had years of amateur fights and stuff like that. CM Punk just didn't have the experience, and that's why he lost, I think, because he just needed that experience. And he's not Brock Lesnar who can just punch someone to death.
Right, we need to get back on the Royal Rumble topic.
Yeah. So anyways, back to the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, different. CM Punk will be literally one podcast. I look forward to
one full podcast.
Best in the world.
Oh, shit. But anyways, the Royal Rumble just carried on for a while. We got cool, shitty entrances. The best thing was when it came back. When Rey Mysterio came back, and I was just losing my shit.
Incredible.
You are?
Incredible, Rey Mysterio did. You know,
he looked better than he has in years. He looked so sick. And then we came down to like the last two. Yeah. Roman Reigns, Shinsuke Nakamura. I had my ass clenched this entire 5-minute thing, because for like every time Shin was getting thrown over the top, I kept thinking, shit, that's it, Roman's won. Shit, Roman's won. Shit, Roman's won. And then
let me ask you one.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people say, like, back in the day, John Cena had this golden shovel and he buried people. Do you reckon John at any point, like when he won the amount of titles he did and stuff like that, do you reckon he generally was, when Vince was like, look, should we give this guy a push, and he was like, nah? Do you reckon John was like that type of person?
There are rumors of people saying that he like back in the day. I mean, John now obviously is not the same as John before, but when John was like on top, Vince would look at him, and there are rumors of people saying like, oh, John was pretty much the person would say you'd stay or you'd go, and Vince
Yeah.
would just listen.
All you gotta do is ask Alex Riley.
Yeah, Alex Riley got destroyed by fucking John. Like John destroyed Alex Riley's career. He fucking yeah. But back in the day, John was a prick. He was, I'm not gonna lie. At least that's allegedly a prick. I don't know. I don't work in WWE, so
I just really, when Roman did the promo against John Cena, like, that was one of the best promos, the best promo he's done. But I generally felt like, I feel that's where John and Roman are totally different. And, people hate Roman because he's the top guy and stuff, but I generally feel Roman has that all about him. It's just like, if he feels the WWE Universe will want things to happen, he'll be like, look, I'll sacrifice myself, and I'll be like, I think that's where them two are kind of different in aspects. Because if you've got Roman Reigns as kind of, he's a bit of a cocky guy, he's going to main event 4 WrestleManias in a row. He's thrown out the most amount of people in the Royal Rumble. Potentially retire the Undertaker. But I think when it comes to like what the fans want, I think generally he does. So I think he must be taken. It's like everyone wants to see fucking Nakamura and AJ Styles. I'll go
I think even he wants to see it as well. Everyone.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if Roman Reigns is the top guy in the WWE right now, he has every right to go up to Vince and be like, you know what, I don't agree with that. Vince will be like, yeah, I see what you mean. I don't think Roman Reigns is, I don't think he has to by the the string kind of thing. He wants to go. I think Roman will generally push people.
Yeah, I guess you could say he might. We haven't had anything bad about Roman so far, so he might be actually a good guy in the background, like who likes elevating people and stuff like that.
Yeah, but he's taken over the aura over the Undertaker because he kicked off Enzo off the bus. Really, it was just like because Enzo was being cocky. It was just like he chucked him off the bus. That's what Taker did, and you need them guys. It's like if you watch the WWE Network. There you go, WWE Network. There's you watched Table for Free or anything?
No, I haven't watched any of those.
There's a segment with the Shield before they actually officially got back together, and like I think there's obviously Roman, but the 2 guys next to him was obviously Dean and Seth, and I think them 3 guys will be the horsemen. They're the people that carry it.
Well, you have to remember there is Adam Cole, Aleister Black, Velveteen. There's a lot of people who've got potential to take their spots, to be honest, because
you can't. Vince has made Roman the top guy, but Dean and Seth are there as well because they both. You need to watch it, mate. But at the end of the day, that's how it's going to be. Vince is not. There's no way Vince is going to be like, you know what, I made a mistake. Blah blah blah. But Roman, he's going to stick with Roman.
Well,
we don't know what guys does. He's done a good job so far. He's got better on his mic skills. And, wrestling wise, he's up there. He had 2 matches with AJ Styles early, last year I think it was. They made each other look so good together. We know how good AJ Styles is. We don't need to say how good AJ Styles is. Everyone knows he's phenomenal.
Yeah.
You look where Roman's come from. He's made a dramatic improvement, and that's what you need. Like Roman's creating his own storyline. Like he's gone from like just being this raw guy to this guy that's a story in itself.
Well, this raw guy to just a guy who's trying to win the fans over.
He said in his interview, he was just like, my main aim is really just for people to respect me. He's got some way to go, but it wasn't about this, that, and the other. He generally cares and stuff about it. It's like he's not being cocky. I think Vince knows how to make a superstar. Come on. Potentially, if you think about it, Vince McMahon made The Rock. That could potentially he could have made the next president of the United States because The Rock obviously wants to be,
Oh God! Don't get me started about that. But because after Donald Trump, I don't think even United States and its stupidity will. God, I'm just fucking diss the entire United States. I don't think United States would actually ever elect anyone outside without some sort of political background again.
But anyway, it's just like I feel like Roman's done like a hell of a lot in that aspect. I think when you got to look at the Royal Rumble winner, it's not as good as it used to be. Like if you win the Royal Rumble, you're in the main event. And that was a good thing about it. It's like now you're not guaranteed to get the main event because there's people there, superstars, that aura that have been there for like years and years and years. Just for the facts and the reputation, and they're going to get that main event spot. Is that fair? Someone going to say no, but people have got their dream match now, which should make the fans a lot more happy.
Yeah, it should. It will be. It has to be a good match. I mean, I've seen the match in New Japan with AJ Styles and Shinsuke, and it was deserving 5 stars because that match was fucking phenomenal. So I want them to just repeat it now. What I want is when they go to WrestleMania is for Vince to just go to AJ. AJ, you can do what you want, and Shin, you can do what you want. Then you'll see them like just let loose. Because we haven't actually seen either of them let loose at all. They're so limited in WWE. It's actually crazy. Half the shit that AJ does is actually not even in WWE because half the shit he does is so dangerous. Like only someone like Shin or someone from New Japan will be able to take half the shit that AJ can do. Like fucking penalty kicks, fucking diving into them, just shit that looks like it's gonna kill you if you do it wrong.
All right. So what about the women's first ever Royal Rumble?
So
I thought it was personally better than the men's one, to be honest.
See, for that one, it would have been better, but I was so exhausted. At that point, I could not be asked to pay. Well, I did pay attention to it, obviously, but I was just so done with it. Like, if they've done it earlier, or if like, I don't know, they shouldn't have left it till the end, man. Because at least they should. This is what they should have done. They should have done both Royal Rumbles straight after another. Because even after the first men's Royal Rumble, I was just exhausted at that point.
They should have the women's one first and then the men's after. But I know that it was the women's first ever Rumble, so they wanted priority, but it felt so weird, like an hour and a half into it, and then the ring announcer's like, 30-man Royal Rumble. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not ready for it.
True.
Yeah.
No, they should not have done the men's Royal Rumble, so they should have actually done that. Like, if they were going to do the women's Royal Rumble as a final match, which is fine, they should have just done the men's Royal Rumble right before, so you just get continuous of the two, instead of like that at the beginning and then that at the end. Because after the men's, I was just exhausted.
You can't do 2 Royal Rumbles back to back. It's just like you enjoy it and you're waiting for the excitement of when someone's coming out, but it does get a bit boring. Like they should have been like done the women's one first, then done something else, then maybe put like obviously the WWE Championship Brock first thing, and then right at the end they could have done the men's Royal Rumble. It's tradition and it kind of keeps you entertained for it. But the one person I feel sorry for is Nia Jax.
Yeah, she's been robbed time after time after time, man. And yeah, like I said before, like she's such a unique person and she needs to be pushed, but they just don't want to push her. They just don't want to, and it's annoying, man. But we'll see how things go after WrestleMania and stuff.
Say like Roman gets everything, this, that, and the other, but you look at Asuka and what she's doing. Like I can understand she's got a streak, but isn't it? Her streak's not going to end if she gets eliminated from the Royal Rumble. We're talking about, pinfalls and stuff like that. They could have given it to someone else. And I'm thinking, nah, they're pushing literally, they are shoving Asuka at the minute down our throats. It's like...
Yeah, but now that Asuka's been elevated so much, like she hasn't lost in what, like 500 matches? It's something ridiculous like that. Or is it 500 days? Like, it's something ridiculous like that.
At the end of the day, I'm surprised that she didn't get booed after it. Because,
Asuka.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everyone loves Asuka. Like, she's over as hell. Like, Asuka is quite an over person. Like, in the women's wrestling, of everyone, the biggest pops you'll hear is usually just from Asuka, because everyone just loves Asuka. It used to be Bayley, but they ruined Bayley's character, man. Oh my god. Don't even get me started with Bayley's character. That made me depressed. Like, she went from this underdog that was just trying her best to make it to the top to just this kid in an adult's body. I don't know what the fuck they were doing with that character at that point.
I might like piss a few people off by saying this, but like This,
The WWE
I go back
universe
to
being
it.
hypocritical because they say, "Oh, Roman gets this," but they can sit there and cheer Oscar when she's gone 500 days undefeated, and I'm just like, you moan because this guy, this, that, and the other has that, and it's like Oscar's got 500 days. It's like Aleister Black, they're making him to be.
No,
It's
Aleister
kind of-
Black is
If
gonna
we
lose
don't get
soon.
our way, we're not happy. It's just like, okay, no. That's where it is. It's like when Daniel Bryan was at the top of his game, people were fucking loving it. I thought the Yes Movement, it had a good storyline to it, and but it got boring after a while.
But the Yes Movement. You got bored of the
Yeah.
Yes Movement. Holy shit. That you're the first person I've ever heard actually say that.
Oh, come on. It's like the Yes Movement, like the reaction you get is phenomenal. He done an amazing job of that. Daniel Bryan can wrestle. I'm not slating for it. But when it's constantly in your face 7 days a week, when you're watching every program, it's just like, oh, come on.
But it was honestly the one of after CM Punk's pipe bomb and stuff like that. WWE was just so
No.
dead. Like there was-
Don't be insulting like that. Punk's thing was pretty much. Have you seen Punk's documentary on the Best of the World documentary?
No, I haven't seen that yet.
Seen that? Jesus, like Punk wanted to say something like that for ages, and then I think he was coming to the end of his contract, and I think it was like it wasn't scripted what he said. It was like the person that writes the storylines came up to him and was like, "Oh, you're gonna love tonight, mate. They want you to like go on there and air your grievances." That was all down to Punk. Nothing to do with the WWE. Like,
Yeah, but after that moment, like after the whole Punk, some of Punk, after pretty much CM Punk left WWE, WWE was so shit. Like there was nothing happening. It was boring. And then what happened? The Yes Movement. That came at the most perfect time because it just rejuvenated everyone again.
promo was 10 times better than anything John Cena could do.
What, Punk's
That-
promo?
Yeah,
Yeah, that was. Well, yeah, it's a legendary promo. I don't think
that is the
it's gonna
best.
take a very,
ever.
very long time for another promo to even come close to that.
Like Punk elevated. He was like getting us to go on to Today shows, do interviews. Like it was, yeah.
Well, there's another promo that, well, I won't say came close, but was like the closest it's been since was the Miz's promo against Daniel Bryan. Have you seen the Miz talk? Not Miz talk. What is it called? SmackDown talk, where the Miz just rips Daniel Bryan apart.
He ripped him, yeah, but it didn't have the whole. I looked at it and I thought, yeah, it was good. He showed heart, he showed passion in it, but it's kind of like it didn't have the hate there. It wasn't like they didn't like each other, but it was kind of like school kid stuff. It was just like Punk's. That was years of fucking.
Yeah, Punk hated WWE so much. I mean, that's why, like, when people say, "Oh, Punk's returning to WWE," I don't think he's gonna return. At least,
Listen, we're giving people another episode of our podcast for CM Punk. We need to chill this one out.
aye. So let's
The
move
Royal
on.
Rumble, Women's Royal Rumble, like Trish Stratus come back, Lita come back.
Yeah, they came back. They did the thing. They got eliminated. Asuka won. That's pretty much all I remember for the Royal Rumble.
This is the thing. Come on, before the WWE thing came on, right, Royal Rumble, we knew what was going to happen. I knew Asuka. I definitely knew Asuka was going to win that. But and the WWE men's that still had that bit of will it, won't it kind of thing. But the WWE, like literally, like how long is Asuka going to go undefeated for? It's just like, and who the fuck's going to beat her?
I think Asuka's got to lose a winning streak at not a Wrestle. What is it called? SummerSlam. And I think it's gonna be to Ronda Rousey.
I'm sorry, but if they kept, there's got to be a point with the WWE universe will kind of, they'll tweak on soon. And if they carry on going, people will get sick and tired of it. They've got to know when to pull the button.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be at SummerSlam.
Because if they fuck that up, Oscar's fucked.
I know, but they've built it up so perfectly. Like anyone, it's going to the point. Like I said, anyone who wins against it is instantly a star. Because you've won. It's like anyone, like Brock Lesnar defeating Undertaker. Like holy shit, when that happened, I still remember it to this day.
I think I was the only fan that probably fucking cheered fucking out my seat when that happened. I was just like, thank fuck.
I remember that day because I turned off my TV. I was like, nope, turned off my TV and went straight to bed and watched the rest of WrestleMania the next day. Because I was like, what the fuck? It was such a what the fuck moment ever.
It was common sense at the end of the day, you know. You had the Undertaker sort of get into the early stages of him not being able to perform to his best abilities, and you had a guy like Brock Lesnar, like, sorry, but there's no way in hell that old Undertaker would have beaten Brock Lesnar. There's no way. It would have ruined both of them. It was good the fact that Taker could be like, you know what? I think it was him that. I know it was the Undertaker that said about the streak breaking. I know it was, down to him, really. He had the decision about it, and, he made the right call, to be fair. Because at the end of the day, Undertaker's always going to gain respect from everyone. He has that. No one's going to be like, oh, shit, because you lost 2 matches at WrestleMania. The guy made WrestleMania, along with Shawn.
Yeah, Undertaker and WrestleMania are just synonymous, man. That's why most people used to buy WrestleMania, because they just wanted to see Undertaker fight. That was it. But that's all over with, which is sad. But let's move on to NXT. So, NXT TakeOver.
This Raw gone by. Yeah.
What happened this Raw gone by again? It was a... Fuck, I forgot what actually happened.
There must have been a lot of fallout from the Royal Rumble. We had the Miz versus Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship again.
Yeah, which Miz retained. Yeah, I remember that.
Miz, yet again, he had his little cheerleading squad with him. Yeah.
Little cheerleading squad.
And that's what they do, really. It's just like...
Don't call them Mr. Cheerleaders.
Fucking the cheerleading squad. At the end of the day, it's just like what I said earlier on. Miz deserves to have possibly, the main belt on him at some point. He's done a fantastic job, but by him winning by dirty all the time, it's just like, okay then.
It's just okay then. No, honestly, the show was so nothing to me. The only thing I remember was when Kane got killed by Brock Lesnar. that's all I... Not Brock Lesnar, was it Braun Strowman? When Kane got killed by Braun Strowman?
Oh, yeah.
When he just killed him. He just took the entire thing and just put it on him, and that's it. And I was like, holy shit. And then, John Cena winning against Finn Balor. Another moment I was like, why? Just push Finn. Fucking Balor.
They'd be in the Elimination Chamber, because that was for the Elimination Chamber. Because at the minute, I think they've got 3 people. They've got Cena, Braun's in it, and I think, is it Elias?
Yeah, Elias Sampson. My name's Elias Sampson.
Obviously, the other 3 are supposedly going to be Roman, Seth, and Jordan. But
Jordan in the Elimination Chamber?
Yeah.
I would hate to see that.
Well, I don't know who.
They need like a comedy type guy.
That tells me at the minute, if that's going to happen, that tells me give Finn, because obviously Finn's not in the Elimination Chamber. He's going to be good. Possibly him and Miz at the, WrestleMania. Possible. It depends. I still don't think the WWE have confirmed all their kind of confirmation things yet. I think they're waiting on to see whether The Rock can do something. If they will, it'll be Rock and Rousey versus Triple H and Stephanie.
Yeah, that's probably going to happen.
It depends. But then, if that's the case, what's going to happen with Balor? Because originally Triple H and Braun were going to go one-on-one. If Braun doesn't have an opponent, who's he going to face?
I think Balor Club. Maybe it should be Balor Club, but I think Balor Club is gonna face Mr. at WrestleMania, and then Braun. I don't know what's gonna happen to Braun. They're just messing up his character, aren't they? They don't know what.
They're making him fucking too strong. They need to make him more vulnerable in some aspects. It's like Big Show. I understand. Big Show used to be a monster, but they made him have that different personal side about him. It's like you're picking up these fucking trucks and shit.
He's just got to pick up the entire arena and just bench press it. He got bench press the entire arena. But
you make him win all these wrestling matches, make him strong as possible, and what are you doing with him?
just whoever takes him down slays the I don't know, the giant. Then whoever takes him down is Goliath. Then is it Goliath? David. It's David. For fuck.
They can do something like that when he eventually gets the championship belt and stuff, but
What you?
it's not many guys put up against Braun Strowman that's going to make the match interesting. You know, you've got your Brock Lesnar, you've got your Kane, and you got Roman, possibly Cena, and that's it.
Well, the come-ups are gonna be interesting because isn't Johnny Gargano going to? Oh shit! I read this morning Johnny Gargano is going to 205 Live. Why?
That's a call. That's a good call. It's a good call.
No, it's not.
205 need it. Look,
But he is too good. Like he's on another fucking level.
Listen, regarding that, I think they've got that Tyler Bates. Tyler Bates, a good addition to it.
Oh, Tyler Bates.
Yeah, that's phenomenal. If they can get the Bruiserweight there as well, if they can get Johnny Gargano in that, he will make it good. You know, if they can get Rey Mysterio in there, good as well. They need to help these new crops that they've got in at the minute, 205, to take them to the next level. Because obviously there's no sort of leader in there at the minute whatsoever. Yeah. Like, Neville did a good job, and then he got sick and tired. I'm surprised fucking Austin Aries, wasn't given the belt. Because he would have made the division good, but he left as well, so...
To be honest, as controversial as it is to say, Enzo Amore did actually carry that entire place. He was doing a good job in 205 Live for a while.
We've got an hour for CM Punk. I'm sure we could fit in probably 5 hours for Enzo Amore. Yeah.
5 hours?
Yeah!
I have so much to say about Enzo. Like, it's just gonna be like a 24-hour stream easily.
One question I've got to ask here, right, and this is going to be a bit controversial. The woman that came forward and said he did all this whatsoever, she was a fucking 1.5 out of 10.
1.5.
Yeah, I think if it's just true, if this is literally true...
No, I'm done. We've already got shut down. Oh, shit. Yeah, continue.
I believe you, Enzo, that you didn't do anything outside, mate, but I'm like, if it was true, mate, fuck, you need to go spectators, mate.
Oh, shit. No, but if it was true, Enzo deserves all he's got, but at the moment...
You look at her, honestly, you look at her and think, was Enzo on drugs when he did it? If it was...
Enzo couldn't have been on drugs because, they would have picked it up in, because of the random drug test in WWE.
It wasn't anything like...
No.
Even 5 out of 10 for crying out loud.
It's just 1.5. Now, we will talk about Enzo, in another podcast, because I have so much to talk about that story, because the amount of stuff that's in it, it's just... It baffles me, and everything that's happened is just it's just too much to talk about right now. But let's just focus on Johnny Gargano and Andreas Almas 5-star spectacle.
Oh yeah, we forgot to say on Wrestling's Big Mouth, we have it official that my boy Ozzy, when we get subscribers on YouTube, which you will be able to do by subscribing, he will do the Velveteen Dreams entrance.
Okay, I'll do it from scratch. Actually, no. Can I do the thing entrance instead?
Nope.
Shinsuke Nakamura.
Nope. I've seen that, and it was this Velveteen Dream is. When we get to 100 subscribers, you have to do it.
Okay, when we get to 100, or maybe 1,000. Okay, 100.
100.
Say 100. Hopefully, it takes 10 years. No, I'm joking. If it happens in a day, oh my god, I'm gonna be scared.
What are we gonna do? Record it in your bedroom?
I'll record it.
Behind closed doors.
Listen, we need the fog machine. We need everything. We need to, honestly, we need to respect the intense, amazingness. I can't even say the word
I
of
can't even-
Velveteen Dream's entrance.
You might think I'm prejudiced.
What?
I said to you what I felt his entrance was like, what it was like watching, and I can't really say it because it's prejudice against people because they'd be like, well,
Well, it is true. I think he even knows that it is. Well, it is.
you all know that he's a massive Prince fan.
Super.
I understand he likes Prince.
Yeah. I don't think he is himself, but. Well, I'm not even hiding. I don't think he's gay himself, but the way he portrays it is actually quite good. I don't even care if he was or not, but like, honestly, I love the guy. I think he's one of the best. Like,
You said it now. I personally, it's very cam.
yeah,
His end,
it's like almost comical, like how
It's-
campy it is.
but yeah, I'm looking forward to you doing that. To be fair, I think I could sit there and probably laugh all day.
All day. Fair enough. But it is almost just, not even almost, it is actually just too over the top.
Yeah, it's too over the top, but it's like it works.
It works for him, yeah, and it's quite good. He's a good wrestler, good talker. He's got to be something huge. I say right now, Velveteen is one of my top 5 favorites at the moment. You know who my top 2 are. That would never change.
That means now you have jinxed him because he'll get injured or you'll get like done for suspicion of rape or something.
Fuck it, I'm not a jinx.
You put it, Seth Rollins. He had a knee injury. Who's the other one?
I'd say Samoa Joe injured.
Enzo Amore. You've got
Great
3 at the
vindication.
minute. Right?
Oh wow.
I hope you never say you like.
I
Roman
even
Reigns.
said what's his name? Ambrose
say
as well.
Roman
He got injured.
Never you dare say Roman Reigns. Like,
Roman Reigns is my favorite. And
No. No. No.
oh shit. But yeah, no, they're like this 5-star spectacle. Andreas and Gargano, and it deserves a 5-star. Honestly, them two are so fucking good. Did you see Andreas Almas's entrance with the mariachi band and shit? That was so fucking fun.
Are we going on to NXT now?
Yeah, we've been talking about NXT for like 10 minutes.
Oh, you said 205 at the beginning. Then we just got into
Oh yeah, no,
NXT,
I
but-
mentioned how Johnny Gargano is going to NXT. Not
That's-
205.
I think at the minute you've got all them young stars in the minute, like TJ Perkins and all that kind of stuff. They've got good talent there, but they need to learn to sort of, if they pull the matches off like they do on NXT and 205 Live, they've got a winner there.
I know.
You know?
That's why 205 needs what's his name, Triple H to be in charge of that. Because you can clearly see Triple H can turn any product into just a gold mine.
Well, they got Rockstar Spud now, the new GM manager.
You what?
They got Rockstar Spud. Do you know from TMA?
No, I don't know him.
You don't know Rockstar Spud?
Nah, I've never heard of him. Not
Yeah.
once.
He worked alongside EC3 in TNA.
I know EC3, but
He's really a short person, but he's a new GM manager of 205 Live.
is that him? Okay, no, I saw like the report this morning as well, like someone from
Yeah.
TNA, and I was like, who the fuck is
I was
that?
surprised at that, to be fair, 'cause I thought he would be kind of like a wrestler. He can wrestle because he's from the UK, so he can wrestle.
He might.
But
It might be what 205 needs, like a heel manager or something. Just something like to build up, like, you know what they should do in 205 Live? You know how in like Raw and SmackDown and NXT they always do like short storylines that only last like 2-3 months or something like that. In 205 Live, it's a good opportunity to do something like New Japan, where they build up a year's storylines, where they build them up properly, give them insane amount of character, and then go for the blow off after like 2-3 years.
okay, so they're doing like the contendership in a minute. Who do you reckon should be given the belt when it's all done?
Should be given it. I think what's his name again? Alexander or something? I forgot his name now. The black guy with like the cool theme
I need to
music.
Rosie, no need to get racist.
But- Dickhead. No.
I'm allowed to say that. If I say that's being racist.
But, oh my god. Anyway, it's a black guy with like that really cool music. I forgot what his name is. It's like Alexander or something like that.
Bruiserweight and Roderick Strong are going to be having a match.
What for the 205?
No,
Cruiserweight Challenge. Oh, just for the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
Honestly, UK is just killing it in wrestling these days.
Oh yeah, definitely. I tell you something, like, so, you know, they're performing out some of these WWE wrestlers at the minute, like Tyler Bate and Bruiserweight. God, their matches were 5-star.
I know, man. Yeah, they got the second ever Fight Forever chant. If you had that, like, in their fight, they were just like, Fight Forever. The first time I ever had that was on Shinsuke and Sami Zayn's first match. And the second time was Tyler Bate and the Bruiserweight.
I reckon, honestly, the Bruiserweight and Tyler Bate could hang with someone like AJ Styles. I think they could. Easily.
I think Tyler Bate will complement AJ Styles, like, cause their fighting styles, they're not similar, but like they're more similar than they would be with the Bruiserweight. The Bruiserweight is more like who can go like Shinsuke, because they're both hard hitting, like they're both like really hard hitting against each other. Like I keep saying, goddamn man, Vince, just let Shinsuke just let loose. Like, they keep him so tightly knitted, and it's so annoying, because when you watch his New Japan Pro Wrestling matches, he just goes insane. He just does moves that you wouldn't even expect. He does a fucking power driver from top rope sometimes. You know, the power driver that got banned.
I was now next, obviously, neck injuries.
Yeah. But he does it so perfectly, but it looks so brutal every single time.
We forgot something.
What?
The curb stop is back. The curb stop.
The curb stomp. Oh, that return. I loved it. Oh my god.
And it was the very first time it was done against Finn Balor.
Yeah, don't remind me. They keep fucking Finn Balor, okay? See, another one of my favorites just fucked with. I'm not a jinx here, but all I'm saying is every time.
Mate, the history, the people that you like, I've got a fucking good case against you at the minute. It's not looking good.
Well, I love Kenny Omega and Okada are my two favorites ever.
Oh. It'd be like Kenny Omega gets done for drug smuggling or something like that. Sorry, Kenny.
Oh, yeah, a bit Kenny. Oh. But yeah,
I'm actually part of the Bullet Club. I've actually got a Bullet Club shirt, so I'm one of you guys. Woo-hoo.
What, you've got a Bullet Club shirt now?
Yeah, man.
Welcome
I've got
to the club.
Wearing the Shield top. I'm wearing the new Shield top as well.
I went to college the other day and I was wearing the Bullet Club shirt, and like two people walked up to me and were like, "Too sweet, whoop whoop." I was like, "Yeah." I was so happy.
I need to get you a Devon Shield thing. That would be fucking sick.
Nah, I'm gonna stick with my Bullet Club shirts, because Bullet Club for life.
Shield, mate. Shield.
Oh god. Speaking of Bullet Club and New Japan and stuff like that, let's talk about NXT or all these things. So in New Japan Pro Wrestling,
we're going to leave NXT out to the end.
You are?
We're leaving NXT out to the end.
Oh, might as well. What else happened in... might as well cover it now. What else happened in there? Oh, wait. Yeah, of course. How can I forget? My bae. Goddamn. Velveteen Dream. Just taking over.
That match for me was like... There was mistakes made. Like, he messed up a couple of times, but his kind of persona and the way he has gotten through it, like, people enjoy. He's not the finished article by any means yet. You know, he's not going to be on the main roster anytime soon. But you know, I watched the Tough Enough when he was on it and stuff, and he seemed a bit of a cocky character. He has the passion for the business, and he wants to learn. But the way he came across was just like,
it was like a cocky guy. But we need like that type of guy in wrestling again, like extremely cocky.
He was very argumentative, like. You know, he got kicked off halfway through it, but, you know, he got a contract. It was like that guy, Josh that won it. He got released. ZZ.
You want to know, like, what's a jinx? Fucking Tough Enough. Name one person who's won Tough Enough and has actually become huge.
I know. It's like...
That's a fucking jinx.
That happens in everyday life. It's like when you watch The X Factor or something like that. Like the top guy has to wait, I don't know, maybe a year or so before they can bring their album out. But like the runners-up, they bring out their albums before it, and they make so much more money and become a bigger star than the winner does. I think that's just how it goes in general.
So it's so dumb, man. Why? What's the point of it then? Like, if I wasn't tough enough, I would actually want to lose. Then I would just get like popular enough, and then once I am, I would just be like, I want to lose now. Bye. Just walk away because I know it's a jinx, and they would just destroy me, and then I would have to go to like wrestle in bingo holes as CM Punk said in his pipe bomb. I'm gonna go back to wrestle in bingo holes.
It's about putting the hard. I know it's cliche, but it's generally about putting the hard work in and wanting it and proving that you're better than everyone else. If you have that mentality, go far. But I think some of these wrestlers don't, have that, work ethic. Like there must be something going on. Maybe he took his foot off the gas and he had that $250,000 contract and thought, nah, can't bother. Made it.
Just nah. With $250,000. Psh. See, if I was a wrestler, I would never hold back. Like I would wrestle like it's my last match every single match.
But I'll be honest, like NXT, like they got EC3 now. They've got that new tag team as well. I don't know what they're called.
Shit, what are they called again? I literally just saw them in New Japan in January for the thing at Wrestle Kingdom. But I forgot their names now. They're like the Animals, but like bigger.
Yeah, NXT, like done some good business there.
Yeah, they've got Ricochet. Oh my god, just watch anything of Ricochet, even one clip, and you'll know how fucking amazing Ricochet really is.
The best match for me at the Takeover thing was obviously Adam Cole, baby, and
Adam Cole, baby. Guy's so cool.
I don't care what anyone says. You watch that match, and Adam Cole fucking made Aleister Black that night. Aleister Black is good, don't get me wrong, but he was like, okay, I'm going to make you look fucking amazing. He took all the hard hits, like go backbreaker through the chair. We're not talking about the chair on the ground. We're talking like against each other. So you got like the spine of each chairs against each other, and then the knees through the table. It's just like. And he busted it. I think he busted his. He was bleeding from his finger as well. Man, Adam Cole, mate.
Adam Cole was going in. Didn't he injure his hand or something like that?
Yeah, he had a cut on there. But I hope. What they call? What's that bloody fucking? I said it earlier on. Adam Cole's stable with Milo. Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
I hope they go to Raw because they need to go to Raw.
But you forgot like another match, just so underrated of NXT Takeover, which is Ember Moon versus Shayna Baszler.
I was surprised about that because I thought Emperor was going to probably lose it. But yeah, she's a tough cookie. Emperor Moon is. I like her. She has that. She's definitely a worker, and like. She has a lot about her, which says it, Like I don't think she'll go.
Coolest moves.
She won't go to Raw because the Raw Women's thing at the minute is like too, like.
It's got Asuka, it's got Ronda Rousey. It should just be lost in the pack, to be honest.
I don't think Ronda's made where she's going yet, actually, because she hasn't been on. She wasn't on Raw, was she?
No, she wasn't on SmackDown either, so we don't know. She might go to NXT. We don't know.
No, there's no way someone like Ronda Rousey will be on NXT. Sorry, she'll be on. But I think she'll do what she wants to do, kind of thing.
But the Ember Moon versus Asuka trilogy, pretty much, was the closest time Asuka's ever come to losing. And I honestly, if anyone is to beat Asuka, I think it should be Ember Moon, because them two just put on the best matches every time.
Nah, I would do it Nia Jax. I'd be like, if I was the WWE, I'd be like, okay, so next year, right? We don't, we're gonna get this thing through the women's, but SummerSlam, you're gonna be the one that defeats Asuka, and we're gonna elevate you. I would do that.
Yeah, but Yeah, no, I think Nia Jax should win the championship 100%, but I don't know about winning against Asuka. It's hard to say who should go, but
Right, you're making something very believable there. You've got Nia Jax, who's like a powerhouse, and then you've got obviously Asuka. It'll both kind of, people won't be too annoyed about it because in the day they will want Nia Jax to win anyway. But then you're thinking when it's against Asuka, the way she's built, it'll be believable.
that is true. But I still stand by either Ember Moon or maybe Ronda Rousey or something. I don't know. So it needs to be someone who is nothing.
Like, if she gets drafted to the main roster, she needs to go on SmackDown.
Oh, Ember Moon. Yeah, she needs to go on SmackDown. Asuka needs to go on SmackDown after WrestleMania. I think, you know what? This is what I think is going on right now in WWE headquarters when they're playing out Asuka's career. So they're just sitting there like, oh shit, what do we do with Asuka after she wins the championship? Oh, I know. She drops it and goes to SmackDown and wins that championship. I think that's what's going to happen.
And Carmella needs to come to the Andrew Rayner brand.
The Andrew Rayner brand. You know what? Why won't Carmella cash in on...
I just want Andrew's Worldwide promotion. I would have Carmella in a heartbeat.
My God, I would have... who's the other Asian girl in NXT who's got probably the best elbow drop I've ever seen in my life?
Oh yeah, the one that dresses up like a pirate.
Yeah. She is so good. I don't know her name, but
And down the road, she's proper fit.
Is this... what's her name? I'm trying to look up her name now. She's the pirate princess. Why is everyone like royalty in the women's division? Is that?
But yeah.
I mean, no, it's like every single person is like royalty in the women's division. You've got the Queen of Hearts, whatever her name is, Natalia Lionheart. We've got
Princess,
the Princess of
Ireland.
Yeah, fucking Carmella. We've got the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka. We've got the Queen, just the Queen. Who's the Queen
got the
again?
best ass in the WWE female-wise.
Bruh, I don't want to get banned. I'm not gonna say anything.
Come on. What do you mean? I said he's got the best ass in the WWE. I'm not saying,
No, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying anything. You can say what you want. What?
Still going for Mae Young, mate, yeah?
What?
Still going for Mae Young.
Yeah, Mae Young. Mae Young's got the best ass. Let's be honest. Mae Young is the best female wrestler in WWE right now. Let's be honest.
Mae Young?
Yeah. I found her name. Her name is Career. Wait, how do you say this? It's basically the pirate princess Sane. I don't know how to say her first name. She is so good, and I think she should win against Asuka because she's so underrated, and I hate it because she's so fucking good. But yeah, back to the Royal Rumble. So
Royal Rumble?
Yeah. Just one last thing I wanted to add on, which I forgot to add on earlier. When Ronda Rousey came out and just pointed at the sign, the fuck, that was so awkward. Was it just me who noticed that? She just kept pointing like something was gonna happen. I was like, fuck's sakes, just do something, hit someone. And then she just walked away and pointed again. And I was like, fuck, alright, fine, whatever. That's basically what I wanted to add. And back to New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Well, we've finally got New Japan Wrestling.
Yeah.
So, tell me about how do you think New Japan Wrestling's going?
How do I think it's going right now? Oh. Boy, let me just start. This got about a 3-hour podcast. Now I'm just gonna summarize it. So, this is my genuine thought. I think in 2019, WWE is gonna have troubles against New Japan Pro Wrestling because they're gonna realize they're a contender now, and I think by 2020 we're gonna see something we haven't seen in 20 years. I think it's been 20 years since I think it's been just about since Monday Night Wars.
Nah.
I think we're gonna see something like this. I think we're gonna see for the first time in years WWE being overtaken, even if for one event. I think for the first time in years, WWE is going to be overtaken by New Japan because New Japan is so fucking good. Like the way they build up everything. Like you can name any person in New Japan right now, and they are just being treated amazing. Like their storylines are so well built. Every single one of them can just pull off amazing matches. How can you go into a show like Wrestle Kingdom 11, for example? Every single match in that thing, in the entire event was 4 stars and above. And then for a while, I was thinking, how the fuck is Kenny Omega and Okada got top every single match being 4 stars and above? Some of them being 5 stars. They fucking did a 6-star match, like in the end of that. And then like a couple months later, they did 6.5-star match. And a couple months later, then they did a 5-star match. And that's why they're probably the 2 best in the world, because they just produced. They've only been in the ring together 3 times, and in those 3 times, they've pretty much taken over the wrestling world.
They say that they might be able to get to WWE's level, but why did New Japan Wrestling have to get someone like Chris Jericho? If they were that good, they wouldn't have had to have Chris Jericho in.
They didn't. Chris Jericho wanted to be in himself. He even says in his podcast, like, "Oh, I wanted to." You wanted to do something different, like, because he's only ever wrestled for New Japan for like, not New Japan, for WWE.
Vince McMahon, like, do you reckon Vince McMahon is going to allow one of his superstars to go over to another promotion and do something like that? There's got to be a twist in it. There's got to be something going on.
I don't think there was a twist. Well, it is Chris. You forget it's Chris fucking Jericho.
Yeah,
There's only like 5 people in WWE that can do whatever the fuck they want.
But come on,
Undertaker.
Let's be honest here, right? Vince McMahon, has like, he's made Chris Jericho into the star he has to a certain extent, right? There must be something going on there, like them to be like, you know what? Let Chris Jericho like go and do his thing, because at the end of the day, Chris Jericho has got its image rights with the WWE.
Well, yeah, but he's Chris Jericho at the end of the day, and
Yeah,
what?
He can do what he wants. There must be something going on. Like, there's no way New Japan Wrestling and WWE didn't talk about it.
Well, they say they didn't, so I'm gonna stick with they didn't.
There's something going on. Like, you're not going to throw in the WWE. Like, they might have better storylines and wrestling, probably to a certain extent better. I'm not going to disagree with that, but you're not going to dethrone a multi-billion company just like that.
What did you mean? Like, I legit, you're my car off. So you said something about multiple company?
You're saying like WWE might be under threat by New Japan Wrestling. Yeah, they probably put better on matches on and stuff, and the storylines might be better in a minute. But you're not going to dethrone a company like that.
I didn't say they got dethroned them. I didn't even mention they got dethroned. I said by 2020 they're gonna be a big challenge to WWE. That's what I think. Like by 2020, New Japan will be what the WCW was, and like I said, for the first time ever, maybe for one event, I'll probably Wrestle Kingdom or something, they're gonna outsell WWE at one event. At one event, they're gonna outsell WWE because people are now starting to realize like how much better people are being treated in New Japan. Pretty much, like you could just see, like each story is just well calculated. Like for example, a fucking Bullet Club. What is it? Kenny Omega breaking up from Bullet Club? That's been built up since Cody joined Bullet Club. That's been built up since then. That's been like a year, maybe 2 years now. A slow build up to now. And let's not forget Naito and Okada's fight for the top. Because you have to remember, in New Japan there is 2 of the top stars. How like in WWE there's just Roman Reigns, who's like the big dog, the top guy pretty much right now, right? Well, in New Japan there's 2 of them who are consistently fighting each other to see who stays at the top, who's gonna keep the top. It was Tanahashi at first, then Okada took over, and now Naito is fighting Okada for who's gonna be a top spot, and their storyline is continuously building to see who of these 2 guys. One guy who's like Stone Cold Steve Austin does not give a shit. Another guy who's a proper company man fights with his heart. So Okada and Naito, and they constantly fight each other. They're constantly building up their story, and they hate each other like hell.
This is my advice to any WWE superstars not happy with their working relationships. Watch the CM Punk pipe bomb. He elevated himself into a good wrestler, into a fucking superstar over one fucking night. I think it's like 10-minute promo made him a good superstar into a fucking superstar. He was bigger than fucking John Cena. End of fucking story. If you want it so bad, it's alright wrestlers saying, oh well, Roman Reigns gets this or such and such gets that. If you want that fucking spotlight, you gotta fucking grasp it. That's how Vince McMahon fucking works. Why do you reckon fucking Vince was, making sure that CM Punk signed a contract to extend? Because he knew fucking he had it. CM Punk wasn't made by Vince McMahon. He's a Paul Heyman guy. Yeah. And I think that also rubs up Vince the wrong way, because at the end of the day, Punk did everything by himself, with the help of Paul Heyman, obviously. But like I said, people, that podcast's for another day.
True. But you say that, but let's look at the Revival. The Revival just cut an insane promo 2 weeks ago. And what happened? They just get squashed.
Well, no offense, right? But you don't do that. Whatever you do, you're basically slating your boss. Why do you reckon Finn Balor's been getting into trouble with Vince? Because, I don't know whether Vince McMahon is...
Well, Finn Balor hasn't done anything. Like,
for some reason, Finn's going around. He went through that phase on Twitter where he put those pictures up saying, am I not getting over? No offense, guys, but if you're slating your fucking boss, you're not going to get any fucking where. You know what? Go home, learn your fucking craft, fucking come up with some fucking magical shit, bring it out in front of the world. Don't sit there and be like, well, my boss is a total boss, all this, that, and the other, because you're not going to get your fucking title shot or where you want to be. Vince McMahon is purposely doing this kind of sort of stuff because he's testing. How far can I push this Finn guy? What's Finn going to come out with next? Is he going to come out with something else? Finn already has the, WWE Universe in the palm of his hands. Finn needs to be there's something not right there with Finn. I don't know what it is. I think he needs to be more believable. He needs to be more believable when he cuts a promo. He's got the fans by the palm of his hands.
Don't script Finn. Finn doesn't work well scripted. I've noticed that. Like, just tell him heel and don't script him, and just watch the build.
He's
just
amazing.
come out.
Finn needs to be able to cut a fucking. He needs to have an inspiring promo where people can actually
just be behind him. Like I said, tell him heel. Like, there's a reason why New Japan just went to Finn. Finn, what's the staple you're trying to build? Which was Bullet Club. And then there's a reason why, because Finn is an insane heel. Like, he's honestly one of the best heels I've ever seen. And when he built Bullet Club and stuff, he was cutting some insane promos. But you can't script Finn. It's like one of them people. There's some people you just cannot script. You just have to let them just go out there and do what they want.
Has that, then, like I said, when Roman gets the title belt, you're going to be having regular WWE Championship matches out at pay-per-view. And that's the best thing for the fans, because the championship needs to be there. You're going to see the likes of, Finn getting the title opportunities. Seth will probably get put back in the picture. Dean. It's going to be exciting for the fans, and that's where WWE has to sort of work out. What to do next. They've got a blank canvas after WrestleMania. Fucking kick it off well.
They have to.
They do.
But fuck, if they fuck up again, Jesus. I'm just waiting for the only thing I'm waiting for is the promos for Shinsuke and AJ Styles. That's gotta be fun to see. The promos for AJ Styles and Shinsuke. So far, all I've seen from them is just them in a tag team match against Sami Zayn and whatever. And they gave each other looks, and then Shinsuke went into that locker room and said, I'm gonna win this title a couple of times. It's like, come on. Let Shin fucking do a Shinkaza or something. I can't say the name of it. Shinkaza or something to AJ Styles here. Lift up the belt. Shin doesn't need to talk. You don't need him to talk. You just need him to just be Shin. And he would just ding it. He would just take over. That's basically it. AJ Styles is let AJ Styles. What I think they should do for the promos for them is just let AJ Styles do the talking, and then Shin just does what he does best, just comes in, beats people up, does his little weird dances and shit, just takes over the universe, and just shows off and shit, and that'll pretty much it. Basically do, what was his name again? Do The Rock and, what's his name? And Stone Cold promo with Shinsuke and AJ Styles. If you haven't seen that, you need to watch that right now. It's so good.
Well, I've got the WWE network, so
yeah, WWEnetwork.com. Another plug-in for you, WWE. Just put us on a payroll.
see, like the way I see with our podcast now, the only decent podcast in the UK is Wrestle Talk. I'm putting Wrestle Talk on notice. Fucking, I don't know. Give it a couple of years, mate. We'll be up there with you.
Oh, don't forget Cultaholic and What Culture Wrestling. This is the guy. We have to take down those three big guys.
At the end of the day, a lot of podcasts these days are just—it's like David Meltzer. He just sounds like a robot when he's doing it.
What? There's no emotion, don't you think?
Yeah, when David Meltzer's doing a podcast, he just sounds so like he hates fucking Roman Reigns. I'm just like, jeez, man, what did Roman ever do to you? I have your personal opinion by any means, but you know, I think every day he's always talking about Raw and SmackDown, and he's just like, well, Roman came out and he got booed again. And I'm just like, shit, mate. Fucking
oh shit. I don't fully mind it. It's not like I hate Roman Reigns. I just maybe I don't like him that much, but I'll admit it right now. Roman is a decent wrestler. It's shit promo work.
No. How can you say his promo was shit when he had the feud with John Cena? John Cena
destroyed him in that promo.
Yeah, John Cena destroyed him, and that's what that's why Roman had to come back. And that the episode before the pay-per-view, No Mercy, it was like Roman literally was like, well, John Cena says, you know, he's a cool guy. He bitched about The Rock not coming back when he said he was coming back, and now look what he's doing to you guys. And the end bit was like, I'll see you Sunday, movie star. Man, John Cena said that was one of the best promos he's ever done.
It was one of the best he's ever done. It is the best he's ever done, but second best behind the 3-word promo. Was it the 3-word promo? I'm the big dog.
Yeah.
Or 4-word promo, in fact.
What a guy! That was the best. That was the best one. Like I stood in that ring for 10 minutes, getting insulted like that. Oh man, I felt sorry for the guy. I was just like, how can you do this? And like, I was expecting Roman to be like, last night, I was hoping that his promo would be able to get the, fans back on side, a little bit, and just be like,
I think that was the whole thing. I think they gave him like an open mic to say whatever he wants. I think when he first walked out, I think he was gonna say what you think he was gonna say, but like after people were just about to rip him apart, he was like, "Fuck it, like might as well."
And I tell you what, that 3-worded thing was, fucking hell. It was
probably one of the best moments of the year, to be honest. There's just that 3-word. The match was depressing, man.
He looked right in the camera with that smug face and was just like, "This is my yard now.
This is my yard now." Anyways,
we have gone over.
Like
we've done fucking 1 hour and 18 minutes.
Really? Oh, that's a lot. But yeah, anyways, yeah. We gotta talk more about New Japan Pro Wrestling once you get used to it, because there's so much I want to talk to you about. But that was a little introduction to that. We covered this week's NXT and Raw, SmackDown, fucking Royal Rumble. Holy shit! And what else? There was something.
We've kind of like gave it about the CM Punk thing we're gonna do at some point.
Just generalizing a lot of stuff.
We've advertised the WWE Network
like 20 times.
When we have we got our YouTube page up, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yep. Obviously, we'll put the links when we upload it. Make sure you go and like and subscribe it. Turn on the notifications on. Join our social media, because without you guys doing that, our podcast won't grow, so we need your help as just as much.
Yes, please. Please, I need to eat. I'm hungry.
Get to 100 subscriptions on YouTube, and you're gonna see Ozzy doing this Velveteen Dream thing.
I will pull it off, okay? I am a confident guy, so I will do it.
Please, just get to 100 like in a couple of days or something, because I want to see. Just.
Oh shit, that'll be fun to see. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. My name is Ozzy, aka Panda. This was Rainer, aka whatever his name is this week.
Architect!
The architect.
Guy that thinks, pre-plans everything.
Oh shit. Anyways, peace.
Peace out.
Tell me pretty lies.